America keeps saying it's finished with Donald Trump. Finished talking about him. Finished reacting to him. Finished giving him attention. And yet, every week he's back at the center. Not because he forces his way in, but because the system keeps pulling him back. This video is not about liking Trump. It's not about hating Trump. It's about understanding why he won't leave the conversation, why headlines still orbit him, why politicians still react to him, why America, no matter how exhausted, keeps looking his way. Emotionally, people are tired. Tired of division, tired of outrage, tired of feeling like the country is stuck in the same loop. Logically, that exhaustion should end attention, but it doesn't. And when logic fails, something deeper is at work. If Trump is no longer president, why does he still feel unavoidable? That question is the key to everything. Modern power doesn't come from office alone. It comes from attention, reaction, emotional investment. Trump doesn't chase approval. He triggers response, and response is more powerful than agreement. Before Trump, presidents faded after office. Attention moved forward. Politics had endings. After Trump, leaders linger. Stories repeat. Attention loops backward. Trump didn't just change politics. He changed how long politics lasts. Think about a person you claim you're over, but still talk about, still check, still react to. That's not obsession. That's unresolved tension. Trump is unresolved tension at a national scale. For supporters, recognition, defiance, belonging. For critics, fear, anger, moral urgency. Different emotions, same attention. Trump wins either way. Trump doesn't dominate because he's popular. He dominates because the system rewards reaction more than resolution. And Trump is the most reliable trigger the system has ever seen. They ask, how do we defeat Trump? But that assumes Trump is the problem. The harder truth is this: Trump is the result. Until America changes what it rewards, what media amplifies, what politics incentivizes, what audiences react to, Trump won't disappear, and neither will the next version of him. But attention alone doesn't explain longevity. Many people get attention and fade. Trump didn't, because attention turned into something stronger. Trump stopped being a politician the moment people stopped arguing about his policies and started arguing about themselves. But conflict alone doesn't explain loyalty. Millions didn't just defend Trump, they identified with him. That's the turning point. Most politicians ask, "Do you agree with me?" Trump asked something different. Are they attacking you? That question rewired everything. Criticism of Trump didn't feel political, it felt personal, because Trump positioned himself as the insulted, the mocked, the excluded. People saw their own experiences reflected there. You can change opinions. You cannot debate identity. Once Trump became identity, facts stopped mattering. Corrections felt like attacks. Opposition felt hostile. This wasn't persuasion anymore. It was protection. Before Trump, support was conditional. Loyalty shifted. Leaders were replaceable. After Trump, support became emotional. Loyalty hardened. Trump became irreplaceable. You don't abandon identity. Imagine someone mocks where you're from. Even if the facts are true, you defend it, not because it's perfect, but because it's yours. That's how Trump works. Trump activates belonging, recognition, defiance, dignity. For many, he wasn't a solution, he was representation. Fact-checking assumes people seek correction. Identity seeks validation. When Trump was corrected, supporters heard, "You don't belong," so they defended harder. The The media treated Trump like a subject. Supporters treated him like a mirror. That gap explains everything. Trump didn't ask people to believe him. He asked them to see themselves in him. Once that happened, he was no longer optional. Politics stopped being about direction. It became about defense. Defense of identity, status, voice, recognition. Trump didn't create this instinct. He activated it. But identity alone doesn't dominate headlines. It needs a megaphone, and that megaphone was never neutral. Every system runs on incentives. Media, politics, platforms. They survive on engagement. Trump produces engagement better than anyone alive, not accidentally, structurally. Trump isn't just controversial, he's predictably explosive. Clicks, shares, rage, loyalty, fear. Every reaction fuels the machine. Ignoring him costs money. Covering him prints it. Before Trump, news filtered chaos. Editors slowed narratives. Outrage had limits. After Trump, outrage is the product. Speed beats accuracy. Emotion beats context. Trump didn't break the system, he exposed it. The media criticizes Trump constantly, but every critique extends his reach, reinforces his relevance, signals importance. Opposition keeps him central. Silence would weaken him, but silence isn't profitable. Think of a fire alarm. You hate the noise, but you can't ignore it. Trump became the alarm. Loud, disruptive, impossible to mute. Normally, too much attention burns people out, not Trump, because attention is his environment. He doesn't collapse under it, he thrives inside it. Media believes covering him responsibly reduces harm. Reality, coverage keeps him central. Every debate about Trump is still a debate about Trump. For supporters, validation, visibility, power. For critics, anxiety, obsession, fear. Both sides feed the same engine. Trump doesn't need to win arguments. He only needs to remain unavoidable. And the system ensures that. Because Trump is no longer a person in the system. He's a stress test for it. And the system keeps failing. But there's one more reason Trump isn't going away. It's deeper than media, stronger than identity, more permanent than politics. If Trump disappeared tomorrow, another Trump would replace him. Trump didn't create the anger. He didn't invent the distrust. He didn't start the division. He stepped into a vacuum that already existed, and America filled it. People don't rally around Trump because they love chaos. They rally because institutions stopped listening, elites stopped explaining, systems stopped feeling human. Trump didn't sound correct. He sounded heard. Before, trust in media, faith in institutions, belief that leaders cared. After, suspicion everywhere, information overload, emotional exhaustion. Trump thrived in the after. This isn't about intelligence, it's about emotional survival. When people feel ignored, facts feel like weapons. Trump spoke in emotion first. That's why facts bounced off him. For decades, Americans were told things are improving, but lived experience said otherwise. Trump didn't argue policy, he validated frustration. That was enough. Critics keep asking, how can people still support him? Supporters ask, why does no one listen to us? They're not arguing facts, they're arguing existence. Because the conditions that created him remain: distrust, inequality, media addiction, political theater, identity over solutions. Fixing Trump without fixing these is cosmetic. Trump isn't the disease, he's the symptom America can't ignore. Every attempt to erase him only proves his point. If America wants fewer Trumps, it needs better systems, not louder outrage. because attention is power now, and Trump mastered it before anyone understood the rules. Love him, hate him, fear him, Trump isn't going away until America changes what it rewards.